All right, team. In my effort to continue to bring you breaking news to Facebook, where the news isn't always so fresh or current, Senate has voted unanimously for the Democratic proposal to reopen the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, and fully fund TSA without giving a single dollar to ICE. For those of you who've been following this, I obviously follow it a lot because I'm a long-haired brown guy who disagrees with the administration. So anything related to ICE is high up in my priority of awareness list. I'm not a fan. They pull people off the streets. I watched all those protests up north, and but the shootings, these guys are out of control. And now that they're in airports, I'm really glad the Democratic Party, and I have my complaints about them, don't get me wrong, but they held the line here, and it was important. So what does this mean? I hate to say it, but it may not mean that much because it actually still has to go to the House, which will probably pass the House, but then it actually has to go to Trump's desk because that's how our government works. Law has to pass both houses, and then it has to be signed. And if he chooses not to sign it, or he vetoes it in this case, it takes a certain amount of people to override his veto. So for now, things aren't going to be materially different. You're going to see a lot of the same issues in the airport that we've been saying. They're likely going to get worse. Of course, ICE is in the airports now, which is unbelievably fucking stupid. You want to destroy tourism, and it was already struggling. We also have the World Cup coming up, and there's going to be a lot of brown folk here, and there's already TikToks, real or not, who knows, showing ICE agents pulling people off planes and shit. So the problem is, even if it's real or it isn't, I assume it probably is happening, just because of the sheer amount of folks on the sheer amount of ICE agents in the airports. It's just, math, probability, right? But even if it is all AI that's coming out, it doesn't matter because what people fail to consider is that perception is reality. So when you play chess or you think of the world like chess, you put yourself in a position to get railed on like this. You know what I'm saying? The mere putting of ICE into the airports is what allows for this to happen. And so then this information circulates, and then all of a sudden, boom, we're all kind of, nobody's coming. No tourism, no money. If your business surrounds tourism, you're really struggling right now, on top of, we were already struggling because we've pissed off the entire world. So, a little rambly, and I do apologize, but the big takeaway here is that the Senate is making some progress, and that's good, But I'm not quite excited yet because, again, the legislation has to move to the House, and then, of course, if it passes the House, which I do think it will, because I think anyone who isn't a total Trump sycophant is kind of over Trump. All he has is his diehards, and the few folks that are too slow to realize that this time in our country is dangerous and will come to a close. The Trump era it's going to get worse for a while, but it's going to come crashing down. So I look forward to that day. I look forward to things getting back to being less terrible. And I'll see you guys soon.